this week in college football is brought to you by Nissan, Coca-Cola, Burger King, Dove Man Plus Care, and Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. We start this week off as normal with our top 25, presented by Nissan, innovation that excites. Number 1 Ohio State, still 8-0 after the win over Penn State. Notre Dame also 8-0, Georgia Tech 8-0, Texas 7-1, Auburn 6-2. If this top 5 looks familiar, it is identical to last week. Tennessee, after a bye week, still number 6, 7-1. Illinois up to number 7, they're 9-0 for the first time in program history. App State with a win over ULM falls down 1 spot, they're also undefeated. Kansas State up 2 spots at 7-2, and Penn State down 2 spots after the loss to Ohio State. North Carolina down 2 spots at 5-3, they're at number 11. LSU off a bye, they're number 12, 7-1. Utah still undefeated, they're up to number 13. Florida up 1 to number 14, they're 4-4. Missouri up 1 to 16, they're 6-2. They're right at the top 15. Navy 9-0 for the first time since 1926, they're up to number 16. Georgia, after the loss to Florida, down 4 to 17, they're 5-3. Michigan State still at number 18, 8-1 after the win over Western Illinois. Nebraska up 2 after the win over Purdue, they're 7-2 at 19. Louisiana with the shutout win over Texas State, they're at number 20. And Wake Forest, 8-0. Last week it said they were 6-0. They were actually 7-0. Now they're 8-0. They're at number 21. Texas Tech 7-2. They're new to the polls at 22. Liberty undefeated 9-0. They're at number 23. First time ranked this year. San Jose State 9-0. They're at number 24. And UCLA, after the 3-point loss to Utah, they're 7-2 down to number 25. Midweek Maction is back on ESPN. This Tuesday night, the Ball State Cardinals at 6-2, led by Mike New, head to Akron to take on the Tom Arth-led 5-3 Akron Zips. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central on ESPNU and streaming live on the ESPN app. Now, don't go anywhere, but we're right back to this short commercial break and a word from our sponsors.
My new Frontier. I ordered it with Nissan at home.
Don't forget water for the road. How does he make catches like that?
In my day, we used Stickum.
Welcome back, and now we have the top 25 by conference, presented by Coca-Cola. Together, taste better. The American still at 1 with Navy, the ACC, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Wake Forest. The Big Ten shaked up a little bit in terms of movement. Ohio State, Illinois, Penn State, Michigan State, and Nebraska. The Big 12, Texas, Kansas State, Texas Tech. Conference USA, empty. Independence with 2, Notre Dame and Liberty, and the MAC with nothing, Mountain West still with San Jose State. Pac-12, Utah and UCLA. SEC shaked up a little bit. Auburn, Tennessee, LSU, Florida, Missouri, and Georgia, and the Sun Belt has App State and Louisiana like they've had all year. To break down by the numbers, with 0, you have Conference USA and the MAC. American and Mountain West at 1, Independence, Pac-12, and Sun Belt at 2, ACC and Big 12 at 3, Big 10 at 5, and leading the nation still is the SEC. That leads us into the top 25 dropouts for the week, presented by Burger King. Have it your way. Number 19 Clemson was ranked. They lost to Florida State for the first time since 2014, falling to 3-5, marking the first time they'll have at least 5 losses in a season since 2010. Kentucky was at 23 until they lost by 14 points to Mike Leach and Mississippi State in a stunning upset. They fall out of the rankings as well. That leads us into the outside looking in, presented by Dove Man Plus Care. Be comfortable in your own skin. For the second week in a row, Florida Atlantic leads this list. They're 8-0 for the first time in program history. Air Force is 6-2 after their win. Fresno State is 7-2. They were previously ranked for 1 week before losing to Hawaii. Rice is 6-2, and I believe, personally, Rice has a stronger resume than Air Force and Fresno State, just from the fact that earlier in the year, they beat Texas. That is Texas's only loss. They are currently number 4 in the country at 7-1. Finally, Kentucky rounds out the outside looking in at 6-2. And now finally, with the big games of the week, presented by Dr. Pepper, the official drink of Fansville. Saturday at noon on ABC, the number 21 Wake Forest Demon Deacons head to Chapel Hill to take on the 11th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels at noon. Also at noon on ESPN2, the Cinderella story for Illinois continues. Their number 7 ranking, the highest since 2001, as they head to Minneapolis to take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Cinderella story for Illinois, yes, but nightmare for Alabama. 7 p.m. they take on Kentucky on ESPN, looking for their first win of the season. And ESPN Saturday Night Football from Seattle. It's Oregon and Washington at 7:30 on ABC. Fowler and Herbstreit will be on the call. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in College Football, and we hope you enjoyed this week of college football action.